easy. While you wait for that game, we've got a good one in the American for you here to start off your day of college football. It's Army and it's Tulane, and it's a rematch of the American Conference Championship game from last year that saw Army win its very first conference title, part of a 12-win season for the Black Knights. Welcome to the All-State Saturday kickoff. We're set for two talented teams inside the American Conference here at Yulman Stadium. Let's go. Courtney Lyle alongside All-American running back Reedy Ngolia. And the big thing that you're looking at in this game is this Tulane team that they have a chance to play in the college football playoff.
Yeah, no doubt. We talk about it each week. You know, the winner of the American Conference, the champion, is really in the front seat of it. They got a good shot, and so we look here, the top three with the percentages to reach are All-American schools. Memphis and USF play next week, and Tulane plays Memphis later in the year. So the winner of this conference has a really good shot of making it to the CFP.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Meanwhile, you look at this Army team. It was a historic season last year for them. 12 wins, a conference title. Bryson Daly was their quarterback. He was like Captain America, yeah, right? But they've been looking for answers at that quarterback position between Cale Helms and Dwayne Coleman.
And I think they found that answer in Cale Helms. I mean, he's going to be the starter today. He's the epitome of an Army quarterback. He's been in this system 3 years. Maybe nationally, no one really knows his name, but figuratively and literally, he's taken the job and run with it. Had 41 carries a few weeks ago in their upset win against Kansas State. He's tough, he's strong, and he's learning his reads and his footwork better each and every week. I'm excited to see Cale Helms run the ball today.
Yeah, they said that Cale Helms, his consistency and his preparation and his recent performances give him the starting nod today. Tulane won the coin toss. They elected to defer, so Army is going to get the kickoff to start this game. Two of the top teams in the American when it comes to time of possession, by the way. Army first in the nation in that category. Should be a really interesting ball game.
So you're saying a lot of running today.
Yeah.
And a lot of clock running.
Your kind of game as a former running back.
Oh, I love it, believe me.
This one booted almost straight out of the end zone. Well, what Jeff Monken has been able to do at Army is impressive. I mean, last year was the conference coach of the year. They had never won a conference championship because they didn't play in a conference a lot. They got 12 wins last year.
Tremendous year for Jeff Monken, one of the most longest tenured coaches in all of college football.
And then John Summerall, his second season as Tulane's head coach. It feels like whenever there's a coaching opening, John Summerall's name comes up. So Cale Helms, number 3 in that white jersey for Army. He is the quarterback, a junior out of Texas. And of course, Army running the triple option. And off to Carson Smith. And Helms, you know, working in this system. Army, it's different. They don't do transfers. They don't do NIL. You grow up in the system and get used to it. And interesting where he started on the depth chart in fall camp.
Yeah, started third. And a lot of these players, and Helms is one of them, went to Army prep school. So that gives you another year because you're running that same system. And he's just worked, and he's getting experience with just game reps and game speed and getting better each and every week.
This one he'll read and pitch it out to Noah Short, the versatile do-it-all slot back position is what they call him, and it's no gain on the play. Isaiah Shine with the tackle for Tulane.
Yeah, and if you're defensive coordinator for Tulane, Greg Gasparotto, this is exactly what you want. Army is not built for third and long. Perfect job by the Tulane defense on first and second down. Got to stay aggressive. And you do got to watch, even though Helms only threw it twice last week, they will drop back and throw it. So we'll see if they do it here.
And he's only attempted 27 passes on the season. This his 4th start of the season, 4th start of his career. Out of the shotgun, he pulls it, little play action for Helms, lobbing it up over the middle, and there's going to be a flag coming in. Intending this one for Brady Anderson, but some PI.
Yeah, Jack Chenchu grabbed him out of his break. Should be defensive holding by number 1. I clearly saw it up here in the booth. It's a good route.
Charles LaMartina is our referee today.
Defense number 11. 10-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
And they called it on Shine, but I thought I saw one, but it's okay.
Charles 11.
And this is, by the way, Charles LaMartina, this American crew is one of the best in the conference, one of the best in the country. Really good officiating crew today.
So that moves the ball to the 38-yard line for Cale Helms and this Army offense. Back under center with Carson Smith behind him. Noah Short in motion. And Cale Helms, he can run. In fact, he carried the ball 41 times in a game, Reedy.
And we asked him about it and how sore he said he was for 2 days after that game.
Yeah, we mentioned it, first in the nation in time of possession. So when you're facing a team that you know is going to take the ball, how does that impact your game plan?
Well, defensively, you have to tackle well, and you have to tackle them back. Army lives on 3-4 yard runs. So if you can limit them to 2, which they did there on first down, you're in a good position. But you got to tackle really well and drive Army back. Don't let them get those garbage yards.
Pistol set here. Jake Rendina lined up behind Cale Helms. Gives it to Rendina. Pounds his way forward, picks up about 3 more yards, stopped by Chris Rogers.
I love the pistol set there from offensive coordinator Cody Worley. I like it. A little bit of a wrinkle there. We saw him throw out a shotgun.
We did see Chris Rogers, number 4 in that green jersey, make the tackle. 1-0-2, Sam Howard, number 15, who usually wears the coach-to-player for this Tulane defense. He is out for this game, got banged up in their last game and will not play today.
And that's a big loss for Tulane defensively.
3rd down for the 2nd time today for Army. Helms looking for an opening, bouncing off, but did not get enough to move the chains, just a 2-yard pickup.
You know, and Army's gone for it 30 times this year, Court, so good chance they're going to go for it again here. And just good job at the point of attack by Tulane to hit that line of scrimmage back, not letting Helms get loose. But yeah, that Jeff Monken, there's like no hesitation whatsoever. It's about to be the 31st time they go for it on 4th down this season.
Yeah, when it comes to 4th down, Jeff Monken told us yesterday they are solely analytics-based. If the book says go, they're going to go, and they go aggressive at this. They have used the book since 2016 and haven't looked back. Helms, easy. Across midfield to the 48 on the other side of the field before he was stopped by Kevin Adams. And for the 10th time this season, Army converts on 4th down.
Yeah, and just tremendous vision by Cale Helms. He's going to run option left. He pulls it, and he's got good peripheral vision. He saw from the right side a little crease. He bends it back just ever so slightly, squares those shoulder pads, and gets the 1st down. Excellent job.
Minutes already for this drive for Army. This is Carson Smith getting the start today in the backfield. Picks up 2 on the play.
And make no mistake about it, this offense is predicated with the fullback dive first and foremost. So they'll always do it. So I know people at home say, oh, why are they giving it to the fullback? They're only getting a couple yards. It's the bread and butter, and that's what keeps the defense honest, keeps those linebackers pinned in a little bit, and then you can pull it and run option off. And those are the reads I talked about that Cale Helms is getting better with each and every game.
How much is he actually reading in this offense?
He does. He's not really changing plays, but he's reading what the defenders are doing, and that dictates if he gives it, pulls it, and keeps it himself, or runs option.
Helms will pull it and pitches it out to Noah Short. Spun down near the 40 by Shine.
And we talked to Noah Short yesterday, and the most explosive, fastest player. But what I should have told Noah is when you get that pitch, Noah, just run. Use your speed. Don't dance back around. Hit that outside. He's explosive, though.
Yeah, he is a guy that has played multiple positions during his time at Army. Safety, wide receiver, and now slot back. Third and 3. Short in motion. Helms carrying a guy on his back. I think he's going to be a yard short of the 1st down. And you would expect them to go.
Oh, yeah, they're going. There's no question about it. And that's kind of quarterback power. That's a +1 run game, they call it. Let that fullback out in front. They did a nice job blocking, but a good job by the defender from Tulane from behind to get on Helms, not let him get loose. But yeah, 3rd, that's actually 4th and less than a yard here.
They've converted once on 4th down on this drive. Helms gets the push forward. Should be enough.
Yeah, that's the first on them, and that's the Army tush push there with a big fullback behind you pushing.
First down.
And I believe it was Jake Rendina, 33, really gets behind him. Listen, that's a little Army push here. You grew up with an Army crawl. This is an Army push with a big fullback behind you. You know, that 240-pound fullback pushing your quarterback. Love it.
And Jake Rendina, one of the strongest players on this Army football team. And look at the time just eating up. This will be the 11th play of this drive, the opening drive of the game. Phillips hits the hole hard when he runs.
Yeah, and that's an interesting play. That's, again, +1. Like, you think you're going to give it to the fullback. Instead, the fullback goes through lead blocks, and he just takes it as a fullback-type quarterback running the ball. Because Helms is 205 pounds. We met with him yesterday. Good, strong, tough kid. Not quite as big as Bryson Daly was last year, but tough runner in between the tackles is Cal Helms.
Here's Noah Short. Takes it to the 30-yard line. Still needs 2 more yards to convert. It's a 4-yard pickup.
Yeah. And again, they go jet sweep. Give it to your explosive player and let him get to the outside. Again, doesn't pick up a lot, but again, it keeps the defense honest. It keeps them spread out. And 3rd and short is, Army will live in that all day long, 3rd and 2.
13th play of the drive. And assuming they go for it again.
Absolutely no decision whatsoever. He's going to go for it.
Cameron Hamilton with the tackle for Tulane, a preseason all-conference selection.
And you talked about the book, the analytical book that teams get. We should tell people it's tailored to Army and their triple offense and what they do. It's specific for them.
Yeah, a lot of times coaches will say it's a feel thing and the book, not for Munkin. He is 100% book. And they've converted 3 times on 4th down on this drive.
And they feel really comfortable. Like I said, 3rd and short, 4th and short. Really good. And again, Helms does a nice job just following his lead blocker. They're in a pistol set. Fake it to him, but then follow him. Lower the shoulders and needed to get to that 28, and they did.
And Paolo Gennarelli, the right guard for Army, is down right now. We will step aside. Now for our Fansville College football update brought to you by Dr. Pepper. I mean, can you believe the Friday night that we had last night, Reed?
Yeah, I mean, tremendous. Again, the one thing the portal's done is it's made talent travel around. There's a lot more parity. What a win by Louisville last night.
And then if you were up late, North Carolina had an opportunity there.
Fumbled at the 1 yard line.
Oh.
Cal ends up winning the game.
It's tough. There's a flag coming in on this play. Want to let you know that Paolo Gennarelli did walk off the field on his own power. He's in the injury tent right now, and Braden Bartosh has taken his spot on the offensive line for Army. This is just the first possession of the game, and Army's still marching down the field.
And we're going to get a big one here, 15-yarder illegal chop block.
Personal foul, chop block. Offense number 58 and number 51. 15-yard penalty, first down.
So take us through that, Reedy.
Yeah, so Brady Small and Henry Appleton, you cannot be engaged with a player up top and have another player come down. It's going to be right in here, guys. Keep an eye on that. Let me get that out of here. And you saw 51 high and you saw 58 Appleton low. Can't do it. That's an illegal chop block. That's a 15-yard penalty.
Ironically, Tulane was called for that last week.
Twice, yeah, exactly. So, you know, the officials watch videos of games. They prepare just like announcers do, just like coaches do, and they watch for that stuff. And that was a good call by the center judge there.
Well, this now is about to be the 15th play of the drive. This will be the 7th drive of 15 plays or more this season for Army. So Helms is the quarterback. He keeps it. Takes it to the 38-yard line.
And, you know, this defense has been on this field a lot, so they're definitely a little winded. They're going to go option here. And, again, just because it's first and long doesn't mean they try to throw it. They go to option. Just try to pick some of it back up. Nice job defensively there by J.C. Joseph to make that tackle. Now, second and long, just keep everything in front of you at Tulane. Come up and tackle. And
if you just tune into this game, they've already gone for it 3 times on 4th down, so we anticipate they would use every down. Trying to get to the 18-yard line.
Yeah, Coach Munkin got a timeout right before the ball was snapped.
Army holds their first charge time out of the half. I'm out on the field.
So Army in control. The opening drive, yes, of this game, and there's only 4:47 left in the first quarter.
The Allstate Saturday Kickoff is brought to you by Allstate. You're in good hands.
This was last year's American Conference Championship game, and it was Army beating Tulane at Army. Bryson Daly rushed for 4 touchdowns in that game. Rini, on a scale of 1 to Antarctica, how cold was this game?
It was cold. I was on the sideline. It was a little nippy, I will say that. And I grew up in New York, so a little nippy.
Last year, a historic season for Army. They won 12 games. Their only losses to Notre Dame and Navy, but Jeff Monken told us yesterday it kind of felt like a failure because they didn't win the Army-Navy game, and that game is so important to them. Right now, this drive has gone over 10 minutes, over 15 plays. Cale Helms falling forward over the 35-yard line. They're trying to get to the 18-yard line. Pickup of 3 before Gerard Henderson made the stop.
And we talked about it early. Army is not built for 3rd and long. I wouldn't be surprised. Another fullback dive, run option again, and just try to get a little bit closer for your field goal kicker, Dawson Jones. Because you want to come out of this drive with some points. You've had the ball so long. Obviously, you want a touchdown, but you got to get some positivity, something on the board.
Now, they said Dawson Jones, his goal for him is to kick a 45-yarder or under. Hand off to Briggs. Bartosh cuts back inside, pushes forward to about the 27-yard line. Again, they need the 18. Stopped by Henderson.
But really good job by Bartosh. He was going to go outside, and he said, you know what, I'm going to square my shoulders, put the left foot in the ground, get forward, and pick up some yardage for my field goal kicker. Excellent job. Get a chance to get 3 here to end this drive.
So Dawson Jones comes out. He's hit a 45-yarder this season. This will be a 44-yarder. That 45-yard field goal is a career long. 6 for 10 on the year. And he pulls it right. No good. And Tulane's offense has been waiting a long time. That was just the opening drive of this game. We will finally get to see Jake Retzlaff and this Tulane offense when we come back to New Orleans. the longest drive of the season ends with no points for Army.
Backbreaker. I mean, Jeff Monken hates settling for field goals as it is. He says we need to score touchdowns, but they don't get anything. And really, it was a great drive. They were ahead of the chains the entire drive. The 15-yard illegal chop block really hurt them, backed them up, got them off schedule, and that's what hurt them on that drive.
So now, yes, for the first time today, we will see the Tulane offense. Jake Retzloff, who it's been a minute since they warmed up. Keep that in mind. He looks fine as he swings it out to Anthony Brown-Stevens, who takes a crushing hit at the 35-yard line by Casey Larkin.
And we specifically asked Jake Retzloff about that. Hey, you may be sitting on the bench for an hour of real time before you get out there. He goes, yep, we know, but we got to be ready, and they are.
Retzloff transferring in from BYU. This is Javen Gordon, gets the first down and plenty more to the 46-yard line before Colin Madison gets there. Javen Gordon's just a true freshman.
Yes, we talked to him on the phone this week, and look at the tempo and pace that Joe Craddock, offensive coordinator, is going with here.
Totally opposite of what we just saw from the Army offense when it comes to tempo. Shaz Preston, first down, Tulane.
You know, and he was the offensive coordinator, Joe Craddock, playing a little coy with us because I think we talked to him about tempo, and watch the delivery from Retzloff. Nice job, good blocking, gets it right out there to receiver Chaz Preston. And again, the tempo in which they're moving with. Now, slowed it down a little bit with some subs, but boy, those first 3 plays were explosive.
Yeah, that's a 13-yard pickup. Retzloff, he can throw it. He also is a threat with his legs. Have to keep that in mind. Swings it out into the flat to Amari Hayes, their leading receiver. And Tulane just cutting up this Army defense.
And I love the little 3-quarter sling, side-arm pass by Jake Retzloff. Gets it out there. Good blocking on the outside. Excellent job.
And so Brendan Sullivan has run in at quarterback. He was actually winning the job in fall camp, but an ankle injury set him back. And we saw yesterday in their walkthrough.
He's a man.
Scripted him to come in early, yeah.
He's a big dude.
A running threat. Just slipped on the turf. Kind of playing the same role as Ty Thompson did last year, a Wildcat quarterback for them.
Exactly, and again, we were at their practice yesterday, and Brendan Sullivan is every bit of 6'4", 220. That time, you know, you want to run quarterback power with him. You don't really want him on the outside. That was a nice job by Army, Jack Bowsum, to kind of bounce that and make that tackle.
No gain on the play. Brendan Sullivan transferring in from Iowa. They can run the entire offense with him. He'll run ahead with a beautiful hole to go through. Maybe a yard short of the first down.
Well, Johnny Pascuzzi, 82, the tight end. Nice lead block here. This is just a quarterback draw. Beautiful job. They're just going to hit it right up in here. Watch 82, nice lead block. Fullbacks, or tight ends are very much like fullbacks in spread systems where you're going to be a good blocker. Nice job at Pascuzzi and a good run by Sullivan.
So after a couple of plays for Sullivan, Jake Retzloff back in at quarterback. I'd say tush push, but it's more of a shoulder push. They've got it and then some.
We'll call that the wave push. And
yes.
Just like that, this first quarter's over with.
Goodness gracious. That was fast.
That deserved a goodness gracious.
Tulane on its first drive of the ball game. We'll see how they fare in the red zone. They just converted. Into the first quarter, no score here in the Big Easy. watching the American Conference on ESPN. From New Orleans, it's Army, it's Tulane. Greeny and I ate our way through New Orleans yesterday.
I'm in a food coma still. It's your fault, Court.
This game has been so interesting. This is just the first drive for Tulane because Army went on a drive of 11 minutes and 44 seconds to open up the game, their longest of the season, but got no points.
Yeah, pretty much quintessential Army, but without the points.
Now, red zone is going to be really interesting because Tulane has struggled in the red zone as of late. Just 4 touchdowns in the last 10 trips. Jake Retzlaff swings it over to Zach Carl Lewis, who had a big pickup in their last game. He takes it to the 10.
Talk to Joe Craddock, the offensive coordinator, about points of emphasis because the offense has not been good in the red zone. Every play matters, he told his players, because you're going to get limited possessions against an Army. Be intentional every play. Be physical up front. They really believe they can win the line of scrimmage with a big offensive line, and he's got to convert 3rd and 4th downs. And right now, they're thinking nothing but touchdown.
And they talked about it all week. Their last game against East Carolina, they were just sloppy when it came to getting in the red zone. Had a couple touchdowns called back. They pitch it out. There's a flag down on the field as Javen Gordon gets the carry. Stopped by Eric Ford.
Yeah, it's going to be an illegal shift. I think the player went in motion. They weren't all set. And penalties plagued them last week, Court, in the red zone. Tulane.
Penalties have been an issue all season.
Illegal motion. Offense number 88. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
They call it on Justin Reed, the tight end.
Yeah, we looked at the replay. I didn't see it, and he's kind of watching him in real time. He's kind of putting his arms up like, what are you talking about? So, yeah, that one I'm not sure on either.
Army has declined the 5-yard penalty. It will be 3rd down.
So they'd rather get rid of the down.
Please reset the game clock.
Absolutely.
To 14-20.
Yeah, because I believe there was no gain on the play. So, yep. Don't want to give him another down. And that's what Charles LaMartina was doing. That's why it took him so much time, because he kept looking at Jeff Monken to see what he wanted to do, but got it all cleared up now.
Well, in Army's first drive, they took their time with methodical. Tulane started this drive with some tempo. Was able to eat up yards on Army quickly. Retzlaff calling his own number. And he's going to be short if the yard needed. It takes a hard hit rolling on the ground right now.
It's going to be coming right at you. Great camera work by our handheld here. And he's just going to take a big hit and come down hard on his back. And you obviously can't speculate. You just hope he came down so hard that he just lost his breath. That happens a lot. Let's hope that's what it is and that he's okay.
Retzlaff, a guy who transferred in from BYU, got here right before fall camp, so had to hit the ground running, if you will, when it came to learning the playbook and getting to know his teammates. And he talked to us about that yesterday, about earning the respect of these guys that he plays with. Well, Jake Retzlaff, the quarterback for Tulane, is down right now. He did just get up, but we'll step aside. Jay Retzloff looks to be okay, got up on his own, didn't even go into the injury tent. Well, coming up at 3:30 Eastern on ABC and the all-new ESPN app, Ole Miss and Georgia in Athens. And then at 7:30 Eastern, it's Alabama and Tennessee, the third Saturday in October. What a great slate today.
This is when it gets really, really good. Love it.
So Brendan Sullivan comes in. Rini, you think this would be the situation?
Yeah, I think he would have come in for this play anyway, even if Jake Retzloff wasn't banged up.
4th and 2. First drive of the game for Tulane. Sullivan didn't see anything. Looking for the end zone, and he's marked really close to the marker.
Well, the nose of the ball needed to touch the 6. He's got to have situational awareness and know where it is, and he didn't get there.
No, he did not.
And Retzloff and other offensive players were running out. They thought he did. I mean, if you're Brendan Sullivan, you got to know that 6-yard line. The nose has got to get there. You got to lower your shoulders, and you got to go get it.
And Caleb Fortner making the tackle. He's one of 2 captains on this Army team. Both of them are on defense.
Yeah, tremendous play. Now, every play in college football is looked at by replay. They don't necessarily stop the game, but every play is looked at. It is a reviewable play.
I know we're just in the second quarter. Yeah. What an interesting game.
Yeah.
Army goes on an 11-minute, 44-second drive.
No points.
No points. Then Tulane comes out, they use tempo, they get into the red zone, they can't convert on 4th down, no points.
Yeah. And it was, you know, the patience by Brendan Sullivan, I liked it on that quarterback run. He let it set up. But you got to know, you got to get to the 6-yard line. Nose of the football, it's in his right hand. Right there, he's got to go. You can't stiff arm. You got to lower and go. So although the left side of his body got to the 6-yard line, the ball was in his right hand. From that look, there's nothing clear and obvious that tells me the ball, the nose of the football, just like we talk about the goal line, has to break the plane to the 6-yard line. Nothing on that replay shows me that it did. And that's where I talk about that sense of urgency as a running back, as a quarterback. You got to know it's 4th down. I got to get the ball to that line to gain. And you talked about the tackle defensively. Tremendous job by Army.
That's what they're looking at right now, obviously, is the spot.
I mean, the official came in and marked it inches short of the 6. So, I mean, he knew exactly where that ball needed to get to, and he did not hesitate at all. You know, from everything we've seen, Court, it's going to be upheld. There's nothing clear and obvious to overturn that call in the field.
Yeah,
after further review, the ruling on the field is upheld. First down, Army.
So backbreakers for both offenses. Long drives for both offenses and no points to show for either one.
That's 2 programs, too, by the way, that the coaching staffs know each other so well. I mean, John Summerall and his staff have faced Army now the 4th year in a row, going back to their time at Troy. So they know how to prepare for this interesting look Army team. And
Greg Gasparotto, the defensive coordinator for Tulane, spent a year at Army, so he really knows. And the defensive coordinator for Army is his idol, Nate Woody, mentor.
Lots of connections in this game. Dale Helms dropping back, avoids a tackle and lets a pass fly. Definitely pass interference coming in. Shine in coverage on Toby Alawale.
How about the footwork by Dale Helms? It looks like, man, he's going to get sacked. It's going to be a safety. He slides to the left. He avoids the sack. A lot of hand fighting there, but
number 11.
Good call.
15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
Kale can throw it too.
Yeah.
Come on, Rini.
No, he can, but I mean, I love the footwork because he avoided the sack.
Yeah, that would have been huge. Remember, their last drive, their only drive of this game, 18 plays, over 11 minutes.
Yeah.
They're running that triple option offense. Helms looking to air it out downfield, can't find anybody, and throws away the football. Pressure on the way by Chris Rogers.
We should ask our crack statistician Jeff Muir to look that up. When's the last time Army threw the ball 2 times in a row in a game? Because good coverage on the back end. They talk. Greg Gasparotto, defensive coordinator for Tulane, was telling us our DBs can't have dirty eyes. We can't get caught. Always looking at run. Nice job, good coverage there. Nowhere to go, and Helms rightfully just threw that ball out of bounds once he was outside of the pocket.
Talking to Kaylee yesterday, we did joke and say, you know, how much are you practicing throwing in practice? Like, you know, we do.
We do. Yeah, we do. I throw it.
This time he'll run it. Something he's very good at. Counts his way to the 30-yard line.
And just like that, with that one run, you're back on schedule for Army, right? You were second and long. Now you're third and short. Good job up front. This offensive line, you got the lineman pull. Tremendous job there. Will Jeffcoat. And then Helms gets right behind it. Would have been Appleton that pulled as well, 58-59.
Army 0 for 4 on third down today. Tulane has helped them out, though, on a couple of times on third down. Stopped inside the 30 by Isaiah Wadsworth, and now a team that relies solely on analytics. What do you think here?
You got to punt this here. I mean, I got to punt this. Jeff Munkin doesn't have to. Just they go option to the short side. Outstanding job knowing their assignments. Quarterback, pitch back. They get there, they make the tackle, and yeah, what do I know?
They're going for it.
I can't believe the book would say to go for it here, but Jeff Munkin's saying go for it.
3 for 3 on fourth down today.
Well, I love it, by the way.
Jake Rendina is in the backfield with Helms. Helms keeper. Look at it, break through that line.
And that's the sense of urgency I talked about that you want from your quarterback, running back. Know the situation. It's fourth and short. Exploding. Go get that first down. And boy, Helms does an excellent job running behind his pads. Follow Rendina, big fullback, and then see how low he got, Court? Got behind those pads and said, I'm going to go get this first down. Listen, if I got a running game like Army does, I guess you go for it. Fourth and 1 on your own 30.
Cale Helms, one of 2 quarterbacks with multiple 120-plus yard rushing performances and 2 rushing touchdown performances. And there's some movement. Might be on Teddy Williams, the right tackle.
Big powwow for this was someone clapping their hands on Tulane.
False start. Offense number 74. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That is Teddy Williams, the right tackle.
So it's the right tackle. You can't miss him right there. Saw the shift and the other player move. And I will say this about Teddy Williams. Played tight end last year. Moved the tackle. They are really happy with how well he's playing.
Yeah, gained about 50 pounds in the offseason. I'd love
that was probably
eating.
That was probably fun for him, right? Usually people are like, I gotta lose 50, not gain 50.
That was the pitch out to Noah Short. To the 38-yard line. Well, the next stop on the F1 schedule is the U.S. Grand Prix at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas, tomorrow at 3 Eastern on ABC, ESPN Deportes, and the all-new ESPN app. Our pre-race coverage begins at 1:30 Eastern. We're looking to get to the 47-yard line. Carson Smith carry. Almost untouched, tackled about a yard short by Kevin Adams.
And the headline judge is marking it a first down. And the other side of the field's not sure if they're moving the sticks, and now they are.
Oh, there it is, okay.
Yeah, no, I was watching the headline judge right here. He was pointing first down. So.
Yeah, I watched the far side. Yeah, he was short.
Yes, exactly. Well, it was on this hash, so the headline judge is going to win.
Cale Helms starting fall camp at number 3 on the depth chart. Has earned the starting spot for the 4th time in this game. Toby Olawaye.
His second catch of the season, so feels good, right? Catch a ball in this offense.
Now, what is it they say about the wide receivers? No block, no rock?
Yeah, that goes for every team.
Yeah.
But, really, I mean, Army are physical. wide receivers that block, but they also run the ball in the Army scheme as well.
Holmes will go under center. They need a yard. Breaks Bartosh. Picks up 4, stopped by Chris Rogers.
And Bartosh is one of those interesting young players as well. He's 5'10", about 210, 212, has really good speed, gets yards after contact. They like giving him the ball, as you see, can take it from that fullback position. 8 different players ran the ball for Army last week. That's about their bread and butter, about 8 or 9 guys.
We talked to Noah Short yesterday, and he's their fastest player. He pointed out Briggs Bartosh as the second fastest, just a little bit.
Just behind him a little bit, he said.
Back-to-back carries for Bartosh. In fact, Bartosh actually set a couple of school records on the track team in high school in the 100 meters and the 4x100 relay.
Yeah, good straight ahead speed. And again, talking about that contact balance, Bailey Despaney, the safety there, is up in run support there. Actually hit Bartosh, but he's able to bounce off him and pick up a yard or 2.
10th play of the drive on the way for Army. Their first drive of the game was 18 plays, tying a season high. Helms, oh my goodness, wide open. And dropped by Brady Anderson. I mean, he was by himself.
I will say this for Brady Anderson. He was running one direction, had to do a 360 spin back to make the catch. Couldn't do it. One that if you ask him, he's going to say, man, I got to catch that ball. But it goes for naught. And that's one really, Kel Helms, you could have just, there was no one around Brady Anderson. Just put it up like a punt, let him turn around and just sit right under it. But a bullet dodge there by Tulane.
Brady Anderson, by the way, does have the most touchdown catches on the team with 2. Brings up 3rd down where Army is 0 for 5. Timeout, Army. 3rd down on the way for Army, trying to get to the 31-yard line.
Introducing SportsCenter for you, personalized every single day. Now available on the ESPN app. Powered by your favorites.
Back here in New Orleans, and this is the military appreciation game, fitting because they're playing Army. But Cale Helms, yes, of course, he goes to West Point, but his brother Pierce actually enlisted a couple of years after Cale enrolled, and he's in the 75th Ranger Regiment. And pretty cool to see one of his brothers in the Army. Cale, of course, when you graduate Army, you become a second lieutenant.
That's a dude right there.
That is.
That is a leader. Look at his brother.
Yeah, he's in the 75th Ranger Regiment, which is an elite special operations force specializing in rapid deployment, direct action raids. We thank him for his service. Third down, well short of loss, actually. With about 3 on the play. Jordan Norman.
And Javion White, number 3, the safety comes with a blitz there. Greg Gasparotto said, we're going to send some people here. Try to get at him and slow him down. I thought they might run it there on 3rd down to get it to more 4th and manageable. Because you took a sack and a loss there, we are going to finally see a punt here from Army.
Say finally, and it's just their 2nd drive.
That's true, but I mean, in game time.
Yeah.
And we're halfway through the 2nd quarter.
James Wagenseller on to punt. And Amari Hayes is back for Tulane. It's going out inside the 10. No, at the 13. So Tulane's 2nd drive is on deck. No score. From bowl eligibility. Their only loss on the season is to Ole Miss, who's, you know, pretty good. John Summerall told us he felt like he may have hyped that Ole Miss game up a little bit too much for this team. So since then, the message every week has been, let's just be 1-0.
And 2 Power 4 wins as well. Dominated against Northwestern out of the Big Ten. And, of course, beat Duke at Duke in the ACC, where their former quarterback, Darian Mensah, happened to go.
Yeah, that was a huge game for this program. But this one big, too, because Army beat them in the conference championship game last
Well, and they're all big now in the Americans. We talked about it. The winner of the American Conference has a really good chance to make the CFP playoff.
What did you like about Tulane's first drive?
I like their pace. They went good. They just stumbled in the red zone once again.
That has been a problem as of late. Anthony Brown-Stevens makes the catch. To the 20-yard line he goes. It's been penalties. It's been different people making mistakes. It's just been weird stuff.
A chance to pick up the fourth down by Sullivan, doesn't get it. But here we go with this tempo again, up-tempo pace.
They had success with that on their first drive. Javen Gordon in the backfield, and Retzlaff will give him the football. Still needs about 2 more yards to move the chains. Jacob Tuioti with the tackle, picks up 2.
Yeah, good job by Tuioti there to get off a block, make that tackle, prevent the first down. 3rd and short.
Retzlaff going under center. Pushing forward over the 25-yard line to convert.
Yeah. Every team has some variation of that. Put the tight end in motion, just stopping behind the quarterback. I believe that was Johnny Pascuzzi again.
Hey, there's a player down for Army right now. It's Jacob Tuioti. We just called his name for making a tackle moments ago. From California, spent a year at the prep school and now in his senior season at Army.
And he's one of the bigger body guys they have, a 300-pounder playing that nose guard position. And you don't want to lose a big body like that. That's good. Talked about the offensive line for Tulane's wanting to win and be physical up front.
And Nate Woody, their defensive coordinator, talked to us about how this defense has come together, and Jacob Tuioti has been a part of that, just getting to know each other, pushing each other, building that chemistry.
How about Nate Woody? 34 years in coaching, well respected, really good defensive coordinator.
And good to see him walking without help, but still favoring that lower body. Tulane's got a first down coming from their own 26-yard line. Their first drive ended with a failed 4th down conversion in the red zone. Looks like Matt Gemma slid in to take over for Tuioti for this Army defense. Retzlaff tosses it up to Justin Reed, the tight end. He's got the first down as he leaps forward. I got to sit down with Jake Retzlaff yesterday. His thought process is fascinating about preparing games.
He's a fascinating person, talking to him yesterday, for sure.
Play action, dropped by Zycarl Lewis. And a flag out in the backfield. It's going to be a hold.
So Lewis said, I'm going to drop it, and I know there's a hole. I don't have to catch this.
Holding. Offense number 0. 10-yard penalty. First down.
You know, we asked Retzlaff about his game process. Not a huge note taker because he wants to process information that he's been being told.
Well, and I talked to a running back, Javen Gordon, this week. He said he's never seen a human being memorize a playbook as well and as fast as Jake Retzlaff.
And he had to because he arrived just before fall camp started. Right back to Justin Reed. Now on first down, Jake Retzlaff 7 for 7 through the air.
And Justin Reed's a good-looking tight end, 6'5", every bit of 255, big, can play traditional tight end, hand down, but he's got some athleticism to him as well.
Spent some time at Southern Miss before playing for the Green Wave. Play action, zipping it forward for the first down and more to Bryce Bohannon, who is just a solid, reliable target.
And I think it's safe to say Jake Retzlaff's favorite target. See him on the outside, little zone coverage underneath, and Retzlaff finds him and puts it on him.
Maurice Turner in the game. What a great sign for Tulane. Somebody that has been banged up, transferred in from Louisville, and they feel like now he's getting back to 100%.
He had high ankle sprain, which is tough, but they really think he's good. They just told us, listen, he's got a different gear, and he's a physical back. Everything you want.
They'll give him the ball twice in a row. There's a little physicality showing up. First down.
Oh, that's definitely the physicality you want to see. You see Jackson Hammond, a DB, come up 17 for Army, go low, and Maurice Turner basically just runs through that tackle.
He's a wide receiver coming out of high school, but found his way at the running back position in college. Retzloff aiming over on the side for Anthony Brown-Stevens.
And it was really good coverage by Jackson Hammond. Just mentioned him coming up in run support. One-on-one on the outside, turned back, played the ball nicely. Retzloff steps up, says, I'm going to go one-on-one here. He wants to throw that more back shoulder, though. That one got away from Retzloff a little bit inside. That could have been intercepted by Jackson Hammond.
Retzloff 8 for 9 through the air. There's his 9th completion out to Omari Hayes. Stopped by Cole Seawright.
And Omari Hayes is that kind of quick, versatile slot. You can get it to him in speed sweeps, quick wide receiver screens like that. 5'9", 170, hard to tackle in space.
3 seasons at FAU before playing here at Tulane. Had 9 catches in that Northwestern game, a game they won to start the season. Last time in the red zone, they couldn't convert on 4th down and turned it over. They've got the first down here.
We talked about the physicality with the offensive line at Tulane. They think they can win the line of scrimmage against Army, so, you know, nothing tricky about it. Just a couple quarterback sneaks. We've seen it a few times today. Moving the pile.
That improves Tulane to 3 for 4 on 3rd down. Jamin Gordon. No gain on the play. Colin Madison wrapped him up.
Madison's the safety, actually wears the green dot. We asked Coach Woody, usually it's a linebacker. He says, when the linebackers are smarter than me, they don't need the green dot. So he gave the green dot to Colin Madison in the back, you know. Andon Thomas, who was the chemical engineer.
Yep, Caleb Fortner, civil engineering.
I would say they're
pretty smart.
Yeah, pretty smart.
Down to get it is Bryce Bohannon. That's why he relies on him.
Yeah, and that was, you know, Retzloff knows he needs to lead him, give him a chance to run. It was behind him. He goes down and makes a nice catch. But you know, you talk about Army games, limited possessions. Holy cow, we're already at the 2-minute timeout, and it's only been 2 possessions for each team.
Yeah, this is the 2nd possession for Tulane, and we're at the 2-minute timeout. No score with Tulane in the red zone. Grab your beignets. Get set. How do they finish this drive? About to find out. It's a scoreless ball game, but Army has had 2 opportunities for points.
18 plays, you get a missed field goal. Remember, the illegal chop block really hurt him on that possession. And then Brady Anderson had a chance to make an excellent catch. I know he spun around 360, but it hit him in the hands. He's got to catch it. Could have been a big score for Army, but we're sitting here scoreless.
Yeah, this is for the whole game, by the way. Army already dominating time of possession. That's no surprise. They're first in the nation in that category, but Tulane second in the American in that category. They're in the red zone for the second time today, 3rd and 7. Retzlaff dropping back. Got to move and throws it away as he was being dragged down by Jack Bossum.
Yeah, it's just outstanding coverage in the back end. There was a little bit of a collision between the receiver 7, I think it was Shaz Preston, and an Army defender, but there was just no one out for him to go. And then, you know, it shows his athleticism. Before he gets sacked, he's able to get outside that tackle box and throw the ball past the line of scrimmage, so no grounding there. And yeah, you gotta try to get points here if you're John Summerall.
So Patrick Durkin is on for the 30-yard field goal attempt. He has not missed on the season. It's the second most field goal attempts without a miss this season. Rainey, we've got points in the game.
We will not have a scoreless first half.
It is Tulane's 12th red zone field goal. That is the second most behind Texas Tech's 13 on the season. Over 20 years, Allstate has celebrated every field goal and extra point made by participating universities by donating to the university's athletic scholarship fund supporting all student athletes. Thank you, Allstate. 2 drives per team, and we've seen a field goal.
We've seen a field goal, and again, that's been Tulane's bugaboo, right? Getting in that red zone, having to kick field goals. But in a game like this, you need points, right? you gotta get something positive going in. And of course, 4th and 7, it's too far to go for it there.
We did see a long drive for Tulane, 15 plays, 5 minutes and 41 seconds. Doesn't compare to the 18-play, 11-minute and 44-second drive from Army.
No, but they got 3 points out of there.
They got points out of it.
Yeah.
That's way more important. Well, Wednesday night, catch the first NBA doubleheader of the season on ESPN and ESPN Deportes. We'll tell you about that in a second. We'll let him kick first.
Oh, what? You mean NBA starting already? Holy cow, these seasons.
It doesn't feel like it here in New Orleans, but it is October.
It is true. I think hockey already started.
It did, yeah. College hockey last night on ESPN too. Army calling for the fair catch. You want to hear about some NBA?
I want to hear you now.
Yeah. Hey, Wednesday night, catch the first NBA doubleheader of the season on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the all-new ESPN app. The Knicks host the Cavs at 7 Eastern. Then it's out to Dallas for the debut of Cooper Flagg for the Mavs. Facing the Spurs. NBA tip-off debuts at 6 on ESPN. Army has had opportunities on both drives to get points, but haven't capitalized on that. This is their 3rd drive of the ball game. Carson Smith with a hand up and picks up 4.
And if you're Army here, you're only down 3-0. You're going to go with a little tempo here because you want to try to go down and score, obviously, but you don't want to get stopped and give the ball back to Tulane for them to have any chance to put any more points at the board. Worst case scenario, you go in the locker room down 3-0 if you're Army.
Cale Helms. We've seen this before, and this time Brady Anderson makes the catch. He dropped that earlier in the game.
Yeah, did not get it turned around that time. Redemption. It shines on him, number 11. Just a post route, no safety in the middle, one-on-one. Good throw by Helms and a big play for Army.
A 39-yard pickup. Pitch out to Noah Short. Lost 2 on the play. Stopped by Harvey Dyson. Inside of 1 minute until the half.
Yeah, and only one timeout for Army, so you got to really save that for a field goal attempt if you need it.
Helms hands it to Carson Smith. Roll wave, Santana Hopper. And now Army's going to use its timeout.
Yeah, and big 95. Trayvon McAlpine right in the middle. 310-pounder coming right at you. Says, I'm going to get there as well. Just one at the point of attack there. And as we talked about, kind of forced now to use that timeout was Army. So remember, under 2 minutes, old timing rule. So if you get a first down, stops the clock to set the chains.
And they'll be trying to get to the 22-yard line, 35 seconds on the clock.
And you're going to have to, you know, every team calls it something a little different, though. If you can pick up a few yards here, clock's not going to stop, but you got to be able to run your field goal team on and get that kick off. Hard to do. And the clock operator just started the clock in the stadium here, so I'm a little perplexed. I think there was 20.
No, there's
35. I'm looking at the ones going, the ones not. So yeah, 35 seconds. You can run the ball, get tackled, and run your field goal team out and get a kick off here. They practice it, so.
They do feel confident with Dawson Jones, 45 yards and in when it comes to field goal range. And here they come. Speeding onto the field, they'll spot the ball at the 26-yard line.
And I don't know, John Summerall called a timeout. I mean, he just, to me, did him a solid. And he didn't do that to ice him. He did it because he wants the ball back with some time.
Well, also, too, they have prepped all week about Army faking field goals and doing crazy things on special teams, so maybe an opportunity to talk about that?
Correct, and I think you're 100% right. Doesn't want to get caught with a fake, so he just said, you know what, I'll call a timeout, let's regroup. But I'm kind of in the camp where, like, it's, you know, it's like the fire drill where you're running them out, and I just think that's a lot of pressure on your kicker, and just a lot of and your holder for that matter, and snapper, so I kind of like, let it ride, let's see how they can do it here. But he decides to call that timeout, and so we'll see.
We were watching Tulane's walkthrough yesterday, and you heard the PA announcer when they announced the different units. That, you know, field goal. It was watch the fake.
Watch this, watch that. Yep. Every time.
Summerall said he added that this week to the PA announcement in practice to keep his guys aware.
Army will line up. This is what's called a muddle huddle. Used to do that back in the day. Now they come in.
This will be a 43-yard attempt. Dawson Jones missed a 44-yard attempt on their first drive. It's up and good, and we got a tie ball game.
Shootout here in New Orleans.
The old 3-3 tie. 23 seconds to go in the half. Remember, Tulane will get the football to start the second half. Do you try to do something with this 23 seconds?
You know, we'll see what they do if they have a return set up. It's all going to be predicated on how far the kickoff is. So if the kickoff's in the field of play, we should say it's very windy today, and that wind is going in the direction where Army will be kicking off. So I've got to believe this ball is going to be in the end zone. So probably going to start at the 25-yard line, and you give Retzlaff at least in your offense one play to see if you can get some room out there and then go with your tempo. We've seen them going with pace early today.
Brown-Stevens is back for Tulane. Anderson Britton with the kickoff. Yeah, and it sailed.
Out of the end zone.
Well, let's take a look at this week's college football rankings. It's brought to you by Capital One. And yeah, before today even started, probably going to see some movement, you think, with Miami losing?
Oh, you're definitely going to see movement. How about look at 10? Vanderbilt is winning 14-10 against LSU. And I think they're favored in that game for the first time in how many years,
like
Court?
1977, the first time against... They've been favored against the top team? Or
Vandy's for real.
against the top 10. Anchor down. All right, so Tulane's got 23 seconds. They got a couple of timeouts. They will get the ball to start the third quarter. Javen Gordon. Past the 30-yard line to the 31.
And they're gonna go to halftime. If he would have popped it there, I think he would have called a timeout, but content, 3-3.
A game that's seen 3 drives each. We've seen 2 field goals kicked.
And really that third drive for Tulane doesn't really even count, you know?
3-3 ball game in a rematch of last year's conference championship game. Coming up, Zuba Mahenti be at halftime after these messages. Halftime here in New Orleans, tied up. Welcome back to the All-State Saturday kickoff. Here in New Orleans, a rematch of the conference title game from last season that saw Army take the win over Tulane. Thriller at the half, 3-3 score. Just the second game all season across the country that has been 3-3 at the half. Courtney Lau and Rini Angolia with you. And we saw both teams have chances, but Army had two big chances to score more points.
No highlights, but we had some miscues, right? And in a game like this, you just have to take advantage of moving the football on early. For Army, you get the missed field goal, but really it's a 15-yard penalty. The illegal chop block put them way back behind the chains, which derailed that drive. And then
it's followed by Texans Seahawks on ESPN, both available on ESPN Deportes and the all-new ESPN app. Coverage kicks off at 3 Eastern with NFL Live, followed by Scott Van Pelt and the Monday Night Countdown crew. Army's first drive of the second half. They've had the ball for about 9 more minutes than Tulane in this game. They'll pitch it out to Noah Short. They're doing all slot back. Picks up about 3 on the play. Let's take a look at Army's last 3 drives. The first one of the game was almost 12 minutes in length. A team that's first in the nation in time of possession. Very methodical about how they run this offense. Of course, the triple option look, they feel like it gives them an edge. They got to have something different at Army as Carson Smith powers forward for the first down, because Army, they don't use the transfer portal because you have to transfer in, you have to start over academically, and there's no NIL money.
Yeah, and they develop players, so each and every year a new name's gonna pop up as we take a look at their last 3 drives, and when, speaking of dive, when the dive back is going like Carson Smith did right there, that's how you know the offense is working well.
That's a 9-yard pickup. Kate Helms pulls it. The 4th game of the season that Kate Helms has started. They've gone between him and Dwayne Coleman, but they feel like they've settled in on Helms.
Yeah, and this is really like quarterback power. I love it. Puts it in the belly, but then follows the back as he comes through. And an excellent block by Carson Smith, 34. Helms right off his backside, and a good pickup. You know, 5, 6, 7 yards for Army on first down. You're way ahead of the chains for their offense.
Helms under center. Breaks Bartosh. Immediately met by Chris Rogers. Picked up a yard on the play. They mark him at the 40.
And that's what you have to do, right? You have to win at the point of attack. As Rogers meets the back in the hole, come through, make that tackle. Win at the point of attack.
Army is 0 for 7 today on 3rd down, but they're 4 for 4 on 4th down today. They need 2. Helms has it. And more, almost to midfield for Kale Helms.
And what makes it so hard to defend is the running option there, right? But as soon as Helms sees a hole, he knows it's 3rd and short. As soon as he sees something, he gets behind the pulling offensive lineman, Braden Bartosh, and the fullback. Excellent vision, and he just cuts it straight up and gets the first down, and pretty excited.
Every time we ask somebody at Army about Kale Helms, they say toughness.
Yeah.
That's the first word they use to describe this junior. Was the number 3 quarterback in fall camp, now the starter.
And, you know, talking to offensive coordinator Cody Worley about Kale Helms, he said he's a gamer. Like in practice, he shows a little bit, flashes, but not all the time. But boy, when he got in a game for the first time, he goes. And so that's how he's earned this job. And some guys are like that when the lights are on.
And he told us this journey has been so interesting because this season alone, he's experienced the highest of highs, beating K-State, and then the lowest of lows within a week.
Yeah.
Losing a game the next week. And learning to navigate that. Noah Short here. cuts back inside, falls forward, past the 45-yard line. At the 43, they need 2 more.
Notre Dame wants to get that to the outside. Good leverage, setting the edge by Tulane, and kind of makes Noah Short dance a little bit, which is what you want to do defensively. He cuts it up and gets what he can, but again, 3rd and 2. This is bread and butter down the distance for Army here, with 2 downs to pick this up.
I was going to say, and obviously 4-down territory. Hellam's got it. So their first 2 3rd-down conversions have come on this drive.
And they said, yeah, we're not going to wait till 4th down this time. Let's get it on 3rd.
There's a player down for Tulane right now. I think it's Bailey Despaney. He's one of their starting safeties. A 5th-year guy for Tulane. They'll take a look at Despaney. We'll step aside. Hellam's, while he's a junior, his brother Pierce is also in the Army in the 75th Ranger Regiment. Brotherhood runs strong for this Army team. Hellam's back to Brady Anderson, a ball that he dropped in the first half, but now he's caught it a couple of times.
Well, and Brady Anderson and Noah Short, they did what's called a switch route, but they were really close to each other when that ball was thrown. I thought for a second it was going to go to Noah Short, but it goes to Brady Anderson instead. He's running a corner. There's Short on top of him. Kind of turns back because I think he thought the ball was going to him, but no harm, no foul. Anderson comes up with a reception.
That's a 32-yard pickup, the second play of 30 or more yards for this Army team. I think they've both gone to Brady Anderson. Hellam's looking for a hole. Marked at the 2.
And got behind big Henry Appleton there, 58. Some new players on this offensive line. Appleton's one where they talk about it's going to be really good, playing well.
And we saw Paolo Gennarelli, who's a returning starter. He was injured in the first half and has not returned to this game. It's been Braden Bartosh who has taken his spot at right guard.
Him and Brady Small, the center, the only returning offensive lineman.
Hellam's looking for the end zone. Marked short inside the 1.
And if you're thinking, maybe we'll do some play action passing. I'm going to say no. Yeah. They got two downs here to pick this touchdown up. He's got another player shaking up.
It looks like it's Gerard Henderson of Tulane. I've called Henderson's name several times today. He's making an impact on the defense. A redshirt junior out of Spring, Texas.
Yeah, been very active. And we talked about it early, and let's recap it. I mean, Sam Howard, their leader, their linebacker for Tulane, is out in this game. Got hurt last week, finished playing that game against ECU, and no doubt they're missing him, his play, and his leadership in there in the middle.
He's going to walk off favoring that left leg.
I think we might see one of those, the West Point push here with the big tight end or fullback behind.
I like the West Point push.
Hellam's, we'll see what they call here.
Well, they've got Jake Rendina back there. Usually when he's in the backfield, they get a little push from him. 13th play of the drive. Hellam's got a shove. Touchdown. Army's got its first touchdown today.
And it was just that, the West Point shove with Rendina behind. Cale Helms.
Well, hold on a second.
Yeah, not really sure what the delayed reaction is because the line judge clearly called touchdown.
Yeah.
And they're about to place the ball at the 3-yard line, I believe, for the extra point. It has to be confirmed upstairs, clear and obvious. Replay will look at all scoring plays as long as every play, and that's probably what they're doing here. And that's a quick confirmation, and it's a touchdown.
So apparently one of the Tulane players pulled the ball out, but the play was already over.
You know, once that ball touches the nose of the goal line, play's over. Touchdown.
Dawson Jones on for the PAT. Up and good, and Army's got its first touchdown and its first lead today.
It's not flashy, but it never is for Army. Drive finished off by Cale Helms. Army leads you 10-3.
Well, 13 play is 7 minutes and 16 seconds off the clock, and Army's got its first touchdown of the game.
Yeah, and that's what you need to do, right? Have a drive like that, finish it off with a score. So that makes Coach Jeff Monken pretty happy.
So Tulane about to get the ball for the second time in this third quarter. We were knotted at 3 at halftime. Bounces into the arms of Anthony Brown-Stevens. Bounces out to the outside. Past the 25, past the 30. Steps out around the 40-yard line. Well, Tulane's going to have some nice field position. Let's take a look at today's Good Hands plays, brought to you by Allstate. And Brady Anderson, not the best start, but he's made up for it.
Yeah, plays plural, redemption, dropped one there, but then made a couple really big catches since then. And the last one set up their touchdown. So good on you, Brady Anderson.
2 catches, 71 yards. Career high in yardage for Brady Anderson. And now Tulane's opportunity to answer on this drive. And their first drive of the half, not the best.
Disjointed for sure.
Yeah. Jake Retzlaff. Midfield to a wide open Amari Hayes, who falls over the football inside the 40.
And you just feel like if you're Tulane, the way the possessions have been limited with Army, you got to score here. And Amari Hayes finds that little spot, and Retzlaff puts it right on him.
19-yard pickup. Ground game, Javen Gordon. Picks up 3, stopped by Andon Thomas. Let's take you back to the pass.
Yeah, it's just a little zone coverage. He's going to come up right in here, get in his spot. And we'll come back.
It was a good play.
Yeah.
Oh, man, Sean Donovan just driving Gordon to the ground.
And that's the one thing we haven't, the coaches talked about, we need to win the line of scrimmage. We haven't really seen a constant running game today for Tulane where, we see the 6, 7, 8-yard runs, 15-yard runs. They really haven't been able to get that going against this defensive front for Army.
Well, they've only rushed for 59 yards today. A team for Tulane that averages 187 yards on the ground per game. Third down here, they're 3 for 6 on the afternoon. Retzlaff, keeper. Oh, he's converted. He sees the end zone. An opportunity to score for Jake Retzlaff, and he does. 8 rushing touchdowns on the season for Retzlaff.
And that's what Jake Retzlaff can do. He's athletic, he can run. We haven't really seen it today until right there. This is a called quarterback draw. You got a back out in front of you, the offensive lineman out there, and then once he runs it, we call that the ladder. In and out, gets to that sideline, he shows you his speed as he beats the defenders down that right sideline, and a quick score, and dare I say, a much needed score to get this Tulane offense going.
A 37-yard touchdown run for Jake Retzlaff. And Tulane is able to answer Army's touchdown with one of their own.
And again, important to do that because the way Army's been controlling the clock, but right at you comes Jake Retzlaff, good blocking, and down the sideline he goes. Happy quarterback usually means happy offense.
Retzlaff, a guy that actually wasn't winning the starting job in fall camp.
Yeah.
Brendan Sullivan had an ankle injury, and so Retzlaff took over the reps with the ones in camp and earned that starting position, and he's been a good fit.
And he told us the hardest thing for him was, again, he can memorize the plays and get it. The footwork was a lot different from what he did at BYU, and he said that was the hardest thing for him because he was seeing guys open because the footwork's a little different in his offense. He wasn't able to make the throws. He said it wasn't until a couple weeks ago that he really felt comfortable, and now he's really good with his footwork and feels good.
And also, too, not only was he trying to learn the playbook, he was trying to learn his teammates. So one of the things that he did was every day in fall camp, he had a meal with a different teammate. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner to try to get to know them as a person.
He said that's one of the keys to BYU's success is it's a really hardcore family environment with the players all loving each other. And that goes a long way. So I love that he did that here at Tulane.
Had to build trust with his teammates quickly, and he did that. So Army's last drive, just over 7 minutes. They got their first touchdown.
Just 7 minutes, man. That's like they're underachieving.
Well, they started the game with an 11-34-second drive. Cale Helms, 21 carries today as the quarterback. 77 yards on the ground. He's going to add to that total. Now mark him at just shy of the 30.
And I kind of think of Army's quarterback as a running back that can throw the ball, you know, because they do run the ball way more than they're going to throw it. So he's a running back first, but he has a good arm and can throw the ball when needed.
And Cal Helms had only attempted 27 passes on the season coming into this game compared to Retzlaff of Tulane, who had attempted 161. And he's just feeding Brady Anderson. First down.
You almost feel like when Anderson dropped that ball, he came and apologized to Cal Helms, said, just keep throwing it to me now. I'm going to catch every one, because he hasn't dropped one since.
Well, Anderson's had 3 catches. He came into this game with 5 on the season.
Which is the leader, I believe, right? Yeah, I don't think it's even close. I take that back. Noah Short has 13, yes.
Helms pulls it, and Jack Chinchu started at Troy with John Summerall and then came over to Tulane.
And that's a free safety like Chinchu. Like, you're going to see these safeties now just in the run box, right? Because they've got to stop run. But, you know, Cody Worley's done a nice job when those safeties do get those dirty eyes and really cheat up. They've taken some shots and they've completed some passes.
And that's something that Greg Gasparotto, the defensive coordinator for Tulane, was worried about. If you have to bring them up to help stop the run, watch out for the explosives. Noah Short in motion. They'll pitch it out. The pitch is dropped. Helms falls on it. They were trying to pitch it out to Briggs Bartosh.
And I'm pretty certain Briggs Bartosh was going to throw that ball. He had a receiver going down, and I think he just got excited. Doesn't secure it. He kind of looks up, and that was going to be a running back pass. I'm certain of it. And he drops the ball, and it goes for naught. So now you're way behind the chains, which we know. Not good for Army.
Loss of 9 on the play. Helms picks up about 3. They're trying to get to their own 48.
Yeah, you're going to punt this. Analytics, everything's going to say punt this. So this is outstanding job by the Tulane defense. Aided by, of course, the drop pitch there, and that's what hurts Army. Penalties and negative plays that are kind of self-inflicted, which that one was. It's hard for them to overcome that.
Omari Hayes fielding the punt around the 32-yard line. So Tulane gets the stop. On their last drive, they just got their first touchdown of the game from quarterback Jake Retzlaff. And now back on offense.
And I'd actually like to see more quarterback run with Retzlaff. He's dynamic. He can do it. I know they want to limit the hits on him, but that opened up the offense, that last quarterback run he had. So I'd like to see a little bit more of that. And, of course, get the traditional running back going as well. They just really haven't been able to do that today, no matter who's in there. It looks like this time it's going to be Maurice Turner, who's back from injury, and they really like him. So if you're Tulane, you'd like to see him get him going here.
Yeah, number 0 in that green jersey. We saw him with a couple of carries in the first half. Again, on the line for Tulane, bowl eligibility plus resume building for the college football playoff. There's Maurice Turner to the 35-yard line, stopped by Andon Thomas, one of the captains for Army. Play action, Retzlaff looking downfield. Trying to find Chaz Preston, and he does around midfield at the 50.
I mean, phenomenal job by Chaz Preston. Scramble rules, comes back to his quarterback, and Retzlaff is able to throw it to him as he rolls to the right, comes back, makes the catch, and a big first down.
Shaz Preston was the #3 wide receiver in his class out of high school, went to Alabama.
Yeah, and you see him scramble to the right, left of our screen, and Preston comes back to make that catch. Now, I think replay's going to look to see if that ball hit the ground as we looked at it again.
Previous play of a completed pass is under further review.
Let's take a look at it as well. You know, I think his arm was under it.
I do too.
So I think, you know, they probably saw the ball bounce up, but as long as it hits your arm and bounces up in your chest, that's fine. And sound like a broken record, but of course replay has to have clear and obvious. It was called a catch on the field, and I don't see anything clear and obvious to me, Courtney, that tells me that ball hit the ground.
No, that looks like a catch to me. And remember, in the American Conference, they have collaborative replay, so they're communicating with a crew at DV Sport headquarters in Pittsburgh about every replay call. Jonathan Schwabeck is our replay official here in New Orleans.
I would anticipate this would be pretty quick with this crew and then Charles LaMartina.
After further review, the ruling on the field is upheld. Completed pass, first down.
Yeah, we tell them every week, Court, just listen to us. We'll speed it up by
I do not
about...
think that we tell them that every week.
Well, I do. Speed it up by about 45 seconds. No, it was a good job there. And I get why you stop and look at that one, because it does, ball bounces up, but arm was clearly under. Really nice job by Shaz Preston.
Shaz Preston, his second catch today. By the way, 6 players have caught a pass for Tulane. In their last game, it was 12.
12. So they're underachieving a little there, too. It's just one of those games, right? And you know, whenever you play Army, it's just the possessions are limited. And that's why they talked about playing every play. Every play matters.
Tulane looking for touchdowns on back-to-back drives if they can score on this one. Swing it out into the flat to Bryce Bohannon. And clock winding down here.
Talked about Bohannon being probably Retzloff's favorite receiver. They have a great relationship. Just a little wide receiver screen. You got a teammate out in front of you.
And they hand it off to Maurice Turner, and that should take us down to the end of the quarter. Casey Larkin with the tackle. A third down on the way for Tulane. We've seen both teams score their first touchdowns of the game in this third quarter. We're tied up at 10 as we move to the fourth. You're watching the American Conference on ESPN. Getting set for the fourth quarter here in New Orleans. Courtney Lyle and Rini Angolia with you. Tie ball game. And this is an important game for Tulane, who it's about a 12% right now chance of making the college football playoff.
You just got to keep winning. You know, see those, the three right there, all in the American. If Memphis and USF win today, that's a showdown. They play each other next week. And then Tulane doesn't play USF, but does play Memphis. So got to keep winning.
I feel like the winner of the American is going to go to that college football playoff. So an important game for Tulane. They also could become bowl eligible today. Third down, zipping a pass is Jake Retzloff over to Anthony Brown-Stevens to convert the first down and more to the 28-yard line.
Man, Brown-Stevens just sits right in the zone. Good protection up front. Retzloff had a ton of time and zips it right in there. Nice throw. Best throw of the day for Retzloff.
18-yard pickup, Maurice Turner, ground game. Marked to the 24-yard line, Caleb Fortner with the tackle.
And I'd lean on Maurice Turner here a little bit. Try to get him going. Some juice out there for this offense in the run game.
Just the fourth appearance of the season for Turner, who's battled injuries. Oh, Retzloff was looking for Bryce Bohannon, who got tripped up. And man, Casey Largan almost had himself an interception.
Yeah, I don't know if he got tripped or he just slipped. We're going to get a look at it here. He's right in the slot, 83. Comes out of his break and just stumbles.
Oh, yeah.
And that's, you know, that's timing, right? Because Retzloff doesn't expect him to fall. He's letting that ball go as he goes to the ground. And luckily for Tulane, doesn't get intercepted.
Third and 6. Omari Hayes. And that one is picked off in the end zone by Casey Larkin.
Larkin just playing center field. Defensive coordinator Nate Woody dials up a blitz. Really, Tulane does a nice job up front giving Retzloff time. He tries to slip it in there, and it gets intercepted.
And that's Jake Retzloff's first interception that he's thrown of the season.
And it's just, that's a hard pass, Court. He's trying to get it over Colin Madison, the one safety that's underneath coverage. And you got Casey Larkin, the other safety on top. He tries to fit it in there, just can't do it. It sails a little bit, and Casey Larkin sitting right there, the recipient of that overthrow.
And coming into this game, Jake Retzloff had the third most attempts without an interception. That his first of the season, and Army has their fourth INT of the season for this defense.
And that's why I would have loved them just lean on that run game a little bit with Maurice Turner or even Jake Retzloff in the run game.
Cale Helms and the offense back to work. They were stopped on their last drive. And remember, too, Tulane talked to us about you have to take advantage of every opportunity, and there's one that slips by.
Yep.
You got to get a stop here because Army could hold the ball forever.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, you know, in the red zone or just outside the red zone, that has been their issue. There's Greg Gasparato, the defensive coordinator, thinking, all right, guys, let's go. Let's get another stop. We got to get the ball back for our offense.
Helms looked to throw, instead tucks and runs to the 28-yard line, 2 yards short, third down on the way.
Talked about Army analytics. They do a thing called down series success rate. Every single play they run has a success rate on it, and that kind of adds to their analytics. And 3rd and 2 is, you know, kind of where they want to be. So see what they do here.
3 for 11 on 3rd down. Helms is going to look to pass. Now he's going to go. Converts the first down. Almost gets to midfield. Starts his slide at the 45 before Chris Rogers gets there.
And that's how you know, I talked about being a running back first. It looked like he had a receiver. I believe it was Brady Anderson again. Had a step. Most quarterbacks are going to let this thing go, but he sees green turf in front of him and just takes off, and wisely so. Really nice run for Cale Helms.
Helms picks up 17 with his legs. 27 carries for Cale Helms today. He had an Army record 41 carries against K-State, his first career start. Ball to the 48-yard line by Briggs Bartosh.
And look at there, 3rd and 2 again.
Oh, and Brian Dyer, one of the tight ends for Army, is down on the field. So we'll step aside as they look at Brian Dyer of Army.
is the 3rd Saturday in October. Alabama and Tennessee.
Got some good games on deck for today. Tonight, 3rd Saturday in October, Tennessee and Alabama.
How about Keith Jackson there, huh? You know, you're a Tennessee grad. My wife's got a degree from Alabama. I got to kind of play it in the middle tonight.
No, you don't.
I got to go with my wife.
Army's got a 3rd down here in the second half. They're 4 for 5 on 3rd down. Gail Helms bouncing around to the outside. He's got it. Army got a big stop. They picked off Retzlaff in the end zone to start this drive for their offense.
And then again, get it in 3rd and short, right? It looked like Tulane was going to stop them. And all of a sudden, Helms just comes out the other side of the line and picks up a couple yards. And just like that, keeps the clock churning. Another 1st down, fresh set of downs here for Army.
Helms has gone over the 100-yard mark in this game. 28 carries, 103 yards on the ground. Jake Radina Gain of 2, stopped by Chris Rogers.
I should say Rogers wearing the green dot this week, the communications, because Sam Howard's out. He's that one experienced linebacker, number 4 there, that just came up and made that play. And good to call his name out if you're a Tulane fan.
Or they think it'll be a few more weeks before Sam Howard will be able to come back.
Yeah, remember, Tulane has a bye after this. Might get him back for UTSA, but probably most definitely for that Memphis game.
Helms looking to the air and looking to a diving Noah Short for the first down.
Yeah, nice extension by Noah Short there, and a good throw by Kel Helms. Kind of puts it low and away to the outside. Nice outbreaking cut here by Noah Short. And good throw. And watch the extension here by Noah Short. Tremendous concentration as well.
Gains 11 on the play to the 32-yard line on the Tulane side of the field. And the clock ticks on. Play action for Helms, has the ball knocked away. And I think Army was able to fall on it, but there was a scramble. Tulane comes out with it.
Yeah, and this is probably going to go to review. We'll see what the call is with Charles Lamartina. Yeah, and they gave it back to Army. Remember, once you recover it and you're on the ground, it's dead. It can't get ripped out after that.
Well, Tex Brannon fell on it. They say, yeah, it was recovered by him, Brannon, the tight end.
And you see the hustle. Yeah, and right there, he's got a clear recovery on the ground, and then it gets ripped out. But replay will look at this. Now, when Brennan went in to recover it, he's got to have a clear recovery on the ground with it. The ball can't be moving. But remember, the call on the field is that he did recover it. So replay needs clear and obvious to overturn it. And the ball gets slapped away from Helms. And right there's the recovery. And again, I don't see anything. Like right there looks like a clear recovery. I mean, I just don't know where you would change that call. Anything clear and obvious. It may have actually been moving in there, but you can't see it from our view. But it is a very big call in this game, so totally agree with replay looking at it to see if they see anything.
A huge call when Tulane's offense, I mean, Jake Retzloff just threw his first interception of the season in the end zone. Army's trying to capitalize with points off of that.
And in a game like this, if you're Kel Helms, you got to protect the football. And you saw so you see the ball pop up there. You definitely see the ball there. So if they rule,
after further review, the ruling on the field is upheld. Second down, Army.
So nothing clear and obvious.
Correct. And so when that ball popped up late, what they're saying is, well, it was already recovered, then it got knocked up in the air. So once it's recovered, you're on the ground, it's a dead ball.
Well, Army is about to run its 10th play of this drive. It'll be the 4th drive of 10 or more plays. They've had 6 drives in the game.
Yeah, that's exactly what Army does.
First in the nation in time of possession. This drive over 5 minutes. Helms marked at the 29, stopped by Santana Hopper.
That's the first time we called Santana Hopper's name out. Coach is really happy with him. Came from App State in a transfer portal, been playing really well. He's very strong at the point of attack, is Hopper.
Felt like he played in a similar scheme at App State, so he's able to pick up this defense quickly. 3rd and 7 on the way for Army. They're 5 for 6 on third down in this half. Helms dove in behind Carson Smith to convert.
And that's been their bread and butter play today. They have run that exact play multiple times where the fullback goes through first out of the pistol, and then Helms just follows right behind him, and you see that good push, that offensive line 3-4 yards downfield. Excellent push there by that group.
Jack Chinchu is shaken up for Tulane. He's on the ground right now. We step aside while they look at Chinchu of Tulane.
The Allstate Saturday Kickoff is brought to you by Allstate. You're in good hands.
Well, since the Army defense intercepted Jake Retzlaff, they've had the ball for 6 minutes and 35 seconds. They've run 11 plays on this drive, and not surprised by this graphic of Army winning the time of possession battle.
Yeah, I mean, it just imperative as an offense. You just can't have miscues. You can't turn the ball over when you get in the red zone. You have to score, because this is what Army does. They just control the ball and they take the ball away from your offense.
We were tied up at 3 at the half. Both teams got their first touchdowns in the third quarter, and now Army has held onto the football for most of this fourth quarter. Cale Helms trying to break loose inside the 10 is taken down around the 8 by Jair Garner.
And Helms kind of pops out of there. He's a little elusive in there. He's behind his big offensive line. Then he kind of goes sideways. I'm thinking, no, Cal, turn it up, square the shoulders, get to the end zone. Watch right here, kind of goes a little sideways, but nonetheless, good run. First down, first and goal, and the clock's still running.
And Cale Helms is the only player with multiple games with 30 or more carries. 32 today. He had 41 against K-State. Make it 33. Short of the goal line.
You said that was 33?
Yep.
Yeah, I think we're about to see 34.
I think so.
Right now.
It's good analysis right there.
Yeah, it is. And again, follow the fullback. You know, and that time it was Carson Smith. Listen, give them credit. Carson Smith, Jack Undina. Everyone's been, the offensive line been blocking really well at the point of attack. Little West Point push here, maybe, Court?
Flag comes out.
We got no signal whether
No
it was
signal.
Yep, whether he was in or not, but there is a flag, which would lend to tell me it's probably on Army, since he didn't. The line judge didn't put his hands up.
Result of the play is the runner is short of the goal line. Offside, defense, half the distance to the goal, beat second down.
It's like it never happened. So it wasn't offsides and moved the ball a little closer, so we may see the same play again. But I almost think they're so bunched up, if you kind of go off tackle a little bit, not quite like a sweep, but just bend it out a little bit off tackle, I think you'll have a little smoother sailing, but we'll see.
Well, now Cal Helms has Jake Rendina behind him. Leaping over the pile, and that is a touchdown for Army.
Don't need no stinking off tackle. We'll just go with a West Point push with our big fullback, and a little jump by Cal Helms as well there to make sure he breaks the plane. And I said it earlier, and I'll say it again. That's a running back, okay? It's a running back that can throw the ball, because 35 carries, I believe that. Well, the one's a penalty, so that wouldn't count. So 34 penalties.
Yep.
Or 34 rushes.
Carries.
Yeah, not penalties. 34 carries. It's pretty impressive.
He had 9 carries for 57 yards on that drive.
Which is like a game for some players.
Yeah. 14-play drive, 8 minutes and 16 seconds off the clock. Dawson Jones hits the PAT. Army in the lead, 17-10.
Well, it wasn't a huge jump, but a little bit over the top for Cal Helms. Army finishes off the drive. They lead it late here at Tulane, 17-10.
For the second time in this ball game, Army has the lead after that touchdown from Cale Helms, who has 34 carries in this game. 5:54 to go, and Tulane about to get the football. Last time on offense, they threw an interception.
Yeah, and again, they've moved the ball, but when they get down towards the red zone, it just have not been good. They got it. I like the tempo and pace when they speed it up a little bit. They got to finish a drive off.
1 for 2 in the red zone today. This one booted into the back of the end zone. Well, AT&T keeps us connected with today's best moment. How about Cale Helms? Are you jealous of his position, Rainey?
I am. Listen, 34, 35 carries. I would love that. The offensive line is working their tails off. The fullbacks, everyone's blocking for Army, and he's just like the Energizer bunny there. He just keeps coming at you. Look at 34 for 135, 2 TDs, and you know the average is down a little bit because he's playing quarterback. Some negative runs there, brings you back, but that's yeoman's work right there for Cale Helms today.
He has been outstanding. Again, started fall camp as number 3 on the depth chart. Tulane will start this drive with a run, falling forward past the 30 to the 31-yard line, stopped by Caleb Fortner.
Yeah, in no sense, you know, they need to rush. I mean, they're going to go tempo because they're doing better with it, but like, you just got to go out and score and tie this game, and or dare I say, go for a win.
Retzlaff completes the pass to Anthony Brown-Stevens. First down, steps out at the 40. Retzlaff had not thrown an interception all season until the last drive.
And I think he just kind of forced that one in there. It was good defense. They had it covered underneath and on top by Army, but a good play there. Nice stiff arm, by the way, by Anthony Brown-Stevens. Love to see that.
He's 15 of 20 today, 168 yards through the air. Javen Gordon, what a hole! First down.
And that's the first little burst we've been able to see today from the true freshman, Javen Gordon. So inside zone, good blocking, and just nice little vision to swing it back a little bit. Hit the first down.
Earned himself another carry. Flag out at the 40.
And then it was away from the play. It was 8 or 9 yards away from where the running back was getting tackled.
Reese Baker, the right tackle, was down there.
There is no foul on the play. No foul on the play.
Well, going back to Javen Gordon, you know, he's a true freshman,
yeah.
but the coaches have talked about how smart he is. He can handle this offense, and that was a surprise how quickly he picked it up, so he's been able to be an impact player.
And as a true freshman, he's an every down back. Like the one thing he told me he's working on is pass protection, but all young running backs do that.
I was going to say, that's a common theme,
yep.
Is it not? Maurice Turner now takes his place in the backfield with Jake Retzlaff. Preston in motion. Preston with the catch. And shout out to the official who had to duck out of the way.
Good duck, good reflexes there, and a good throw by Jake Retzlaff. Watch the referee head here, right in the middle. Watch this.
Whoop.
Saw it at the last second.
There's Maurice Turner. Pounding to the 24, still needs 2 more yards. Stopped by Gray.
That was Bill Lampkin was the umpire there with the reflex. Let's say Billy was a little late, but he got it down. He's been officiating a long time.
Anthony Brown-Stevens. Inside the 15 to move the chains. Jaden Mays with the tackle.
And that's just good recognition, right? You got one-on-one, you got a little cushion there. Retzlaff gets it out there to Brown-Stevens quickly. Everyone kind of wanted a horse collar. He was on it, came off it, and his legs came through, so not even close there. When I say everybody, the people standing in front of me in the TV booth.
Clock ticking, approaching that 3-minute mark. Both teams with all their timeouts plus the 2-minute timeout. And Retzlaff was looking in the direction of Jimmy Callaway.
And that's just, again, timing's a little off on that one. I mean, he throws it inside like Callaway's going to break inside, but Callaway stops before the pylon looking for back shoulder, and it's just not there.
Well, in the red zone, Tulane has struggled. No touchdowns. They've been there a couple of times, but this isn't something that's just been happening today. We saw it last week.
Yeah, really bad. Last game, they really felt they dominated against ECU. Just could not score in the red zone, especially early.
A pistol set here with Gordon behind Retzlaff. 3 wide receivers on the near side. Javen Gordon cuts back the other way, tries to spin out of a tackle, picks up maybe a yard.
And they went wide zone there. You know, they do a lot of wide zone, pin and pulls. You know, for the young running back, it looked like there was daylight backside, and when he went back there, really excellent reaction by that Army defense to get off the blocks and make the tackle. So look at, he's going to come here, and then he thinks he's got it coming back there. And there's really nothing there. It looks there, but then you see that pursuit.
Pascuzzi flips to the other end. Retzlaff's going to run. And he takes not just one, but a couple of hard hits. Caleb Fortner, one of those Army defenders, laying down the hit.
And a big-time decision here at 4th and 9 for John Summerall. He's got all his timeouts plus the 2-minute timeout, but he's leaving the offense on there.
They're 0 for 1 on 4th down. That was in the red zone on their first drive of the ball game.
And they're not going to get this off.
That'll be the 2-minute timeout. Decision time for Tulane. They're down a touchdown. Welcome back to the All-State Saturday kickoff. Army is up a touchdown. Tulane has 4th down on the Army 13-yard line. A field goal doesn't help you.
No, and you got to go for it because, you know, if it was an offense you were going against it, you got a lot of 3-and-outs maybe, but you're not doing that. You got to go against Army here.
Yeah, Army can just dominate time of possession and eat up clock. Army's defense stops opponents on 4th down 55% of the time. Retzlaff dropping back. Open in the end zone is Bryce Bohan and his go-to for the touchdown. And he's got his first career touchdown, the redshirt senior.
Yeah, just great recognition by Jake Retzlaff there. Sees the defender's backs to him, rolls out to the left, a lot of green turf, and knows not only can he run and pick up yardage, he can get the first down and get out of bounds. I mean, outstanding play by Jake Retzlaff.
Caleb Fortner back on the field for Army's defense. 1st and 10 from the 36. Just off the fingertips of Omari Hayes. Casey Larkin was in coverage, and there's a flag.
You heard the crowd yelling because the back judge didn't throw the flag. The deep wing there is going to have a defensive hold, and this is going to be a first down. Watch it right in the middle here.
First down.
Off that break.
Tulane driving, trying to win. It has been back and forth all game. Jake Retzlaff throwing towards the near side. Popped up into the air for Shaz Preston. Touch.
Well, Army plays this here, but here we go.
Helms chucks it from the 50. Swatted down. Game over.
I'm gonna.
Tulane survives their bowl eligible.